love isn't everything. So let me tell you guys a story. So when I was with my ex, I became like obsessed with her. Cancel plans to hang out with her. I would ignore people that cared about me because I didn't want to hang out with her every single second of every single day. And it just wasn't good for either of us. And once she figured that out, or once I figured that out, it was already too late. It was already over. I couldn't do anything to save it. I couldn't do anything else different to continue being with her. But I did some pretty bad stuff. I changed a lot. Changed a lot since then. But sorry guys, I'm trying to think of how I should tell this story without with keeping her privacy, obviously. She's never gonna see this, obviously, but I still want to keep the privacy. But anyways, I would always tell her stuff and be vulnerable, and she would always go to her friends and just screenshot our entire private conversations that we had and tell her about it. And I explicitly said, please don't tell anybody about this. But I done some pretty bad stuff. I'm not gonna go into details, but I was very lustful at that time. Nothing bad happened, obviously. Don't go there, guys. But I haven't really had the best experience with women. I've always kind of a bad taste in girls my entire life. I just always picked the bad person, the crazy person, if you will. So in 8th grade, I picked Bob because I thought she's changed a bit. Everybody was like, "Oh, she's just gonna break up with you after 2 weeks." Blah 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 blah. But little did I know, they were all right. In around a week and a half in, her and one of my buddies at the time got into an argument. I forgot about what, but it was something stupid. And I remember talking to her about it. She was upset. And my friend walks out, and I say, "What just happened?" And I don't think she was done talking. I was just confused and upset, and she got upset and walked off. So it was like this whole thing for a couple of days, and I cried over this girl. And my friends still make fun of it to this day, over 2.5 years later. But, so, little did I know, she was talking to another one of my friends behind my back, and I'm 95% sure he didn't even know we were a thing. Right, so then she starts flirting with him stuff, ignoring me more. For some reason, she could only her mom had to make contacts, and I would ask for a week, because I prefer text over calls. But that's a debate we gotta have in comments. But I gotta finish this story before I move on. I get myself all sidetracked here. And I feel like that she went behind my back and deliberately tried to flirt with another man. And she called me 4 days after that whole thing my friend happened. And she was like, "I'm done." I was like, "Okay." And then click, she hung up. And then it took a year. So we're jumping a year into the future, but actually 2 years into the future. Whoa, it just fell. Okay, so I'm thinking about my story. Sorry, guys. So I met this girl, my ex, previous girlfriend. I'll get to that in a bit. But a lot of stuff happened, and I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna jump into this now. We can come back to the other story for a little bit. But anyways, so it's the last day of school, last day of freshman, and I skipped Spanish to hang out with this girl because I knew it was the last day of school, nobody would care. So went down to her class, hung out, entire English class. After lunch, we get a little freaky. I'm not gonna go into details about that, but that was the last time I kissed and hugged her. That day, she told me she was gonna get a stomach piercing, and she had to go all the way to Denver for it, and she was super excited about it. And when she got there, they were like, her skin, or something in her skin just didn't work, or she was basically what they said, I was too fat for it. And until that Wednesday, the last day of school was on Friday, right? And then we didn't talk for a couple days, and then started talking. We're going back and forth. She just wanted to be left alone. I was worried about it. And that Tuesday, I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" She got really upset, and then I said, "I'm only doing this. I'm only texting because I care." And she was like, "Well, stop caring." And then went back and forth for a little bit, and then She said, "I'll never forget this text. I have 5 guys, my DMs, that would get with me in a heartbeat." Her exact words. I will never forget it. So let's fast forward to first day of school. I walk in, the first person I see is her, and one of her, the gal pal. Let's just keep it that way. That's the nicest way I can put that guy. God, I hate that guy, dude. It's like a whole, God, everybody hates the guy. It's a hypocrite. Anyways, I'm not gonna rain on him because it's just like a kind of person. But anyway, so I walk in, they're both there, and they both turn at me and they give me like this stink eye. And they keep walking. And then I see her and a dead ass, this girl, looks like she has a wig on. It's like curly hair or something. It's like a bleached blonde. Super curly, like the curls look super fake. Looks dirty, mad, and stuff like that. She looks like she doesn't brush at all. And then I hear, ew, and I'm there, and they both look at me and start laughing. And that was August. I'm recording this on December 13th at 9 o'clock. And they still do this every single time they see me. I don't know what reason, just be funny, but deep inside somewhere, it hurts because I knew that I hurt her for what I did. And I can't make it up to her. I can never do anything to make it up. I did. And I regret it. And she regrets it being me. Which is reasonable. And I do wish nothing but the best. And it's completely over now, but like, I just regret doing what I did. I'm not gonna tell you guys what happened on here because it's extremely personal, but yeah. And let's go back to the 8th grade story. That story is done. But anyways, let's fast forward like a year after she cheated on me. I didn't care. It was 2 weeks. I was like, it's fine. I don't care. But 2 years later, I'm talking to one of her best friends. Still dating my ex at the time. Not the girl that cheated on me, but like the girl I just talked about. But so she calls me. She's like, "Hey, can we talk about something? Like, can my girl at the time hop on?" She's like, "Yeah, she's chill." And then start chopping it up. And then let's call my ex. Let's call her, I don't know, let's just say girl 1. I was like, "Do you ever talk to girl 1? Because I'm like 100% sure she cheated on me." And up to that point, she denied it. I asked her at least 10 times to that point. And every time she would say, no. She actually liked you. She loved you. And I was like, "Yeah, okay, dude." And then she was like, "Yeah, she did." And I was like, damn. And this stuff has happened so much to me. I feel like I'm a decent guy. I mean, it's not like I don't try, you know? I try, and 98% of the stuff I do, nobody ever notices, nobody ever really cares. But I tried in every relationship I had. So let's go to another 8th grade story. So, sitting in science, and I look over, I see this girl I know in 6th grade. She looks different. She looks the same, but to me, she looked different that day. It's like, wow. Then I hit her up, and we start talking. I didn't know if she was into me or not. I couldn't tell. So we go back and forth like 2 weeks. Science class was the only class we had together. So we talked for 2 weeks. I asked her out. She took her a day to respond, you know, because I did have text. I was pussy back then. But, so basically, she says, "Yeah, of course." Like, she was just trying to be nice about it, you know? So yeah. And then 2 days, I'll say, day and a half later, I get a text. It's from some girl. Well, it's like this whole paragraph about how it wouldn't work out, stuff like that. And my friend saw her ex's friend text the entire thing out, and he doesn't tell me. And I found this out like 2 months ago. And I kind of felt betrayed in that moment. Like, we were best friends, even 2.5 years ago when all that stuff happened. And he didn't tell me up until that point. Anyways, ex's friend texted this entire text out. I used to have it somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. But, oh shit, the recording just got out. Alright, my bad, guys. It's gonna be like 2 different recordings on here because I've been ranting for almost 20 minutes now. But, let's get back to the story. So then we talked to her about it, and I was like, "Isn't it kind of effed up? You guys tell me this in the beginning." She was like, "Yeah." I was like, she was like, "I'm so sorry about it." It's like, okay, blocked her, just left her unread. And I was like, "Hey," one day, and I was like, "I have a question. Did you actually like me, or were you just being nice?" Because I was genuinely curious. I didn't care what the answer was, and she was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "How the hell do you not know?" Like, I was kind of at that point. But And she said, I don't know. And I was like, whatever, I'll leave you alone now. She was like, oh, it's okay. Like, we dead ass. But anyways, let's go back to my like original point. And don't all these like side stories. Done with being treated like that. It's been like this in 7th grade. Almost 3 years of doing people like this. And most of the stuff I can't control. I can't control people like me. I can't control people think I'm unattractive. I don't care about any of that. I just care about being the best person that I can be. It's really all that I care about. Is being the best version of myself that I can be. And I want you guys not to do any of the stuff that I've done. Middle school, high school, whatever I've done. To maybe not like me, I don't want you guys to do any of that. Because the mistakes that I've made, learned from, I haven't done them since. But the girl that always says, ew, I have a lot of regrets. A lot of regrets that I will never be able to make it up to her. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's just super long. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.